What's up guys, Alpine Gremlin again here with some more World of Tanks gameplay. You notice that I am back in my T-54, a Tier 9 Soviet medium tank. And the reason why I'm back driving it is because, well, first of all, it's a great little fun tank, but I've been consciously grinding it in preparation for patch 8.8. Because I want an Object 140, which is effectively, and I tried it on the test server, which is effectively another T-62A, and if you're a lover of the T-62A like I am, it couldn't hurt to have a second T-62A in your garage for things like Clan Wars. So this game was my, in my first grind down in the T-54, I wasn't able to get the Ace Tanker badge, but knowing what I know now, I was finally able to secure the Ace Tanker badge for it in this game. So this is what I'm gonna show, and we're here on South Coast during a standard battle. Now you can see this is a very strong matchup for the T-54 at the top of the list. The T-54 can get away with being pretty aggressive when it's this high this high up in the pecking order. In Tier 10 games, you want to be a little bit more passive and only be aggressive when you know it's safe. T-54 is a little bit more forgiving if you get into trouble. You can get away. It won't happen all the time, but when you're at the top of the list, it is rather troll, so you can get out of trouble in it, especially because it's fast and it's well angled. So you can be very aggressive in this thing. You just, obviously, like any medium tank, you have to be aware of your surroundings, and you don't want to press too terribly far ahead, otherwise even at the top of the list, you can get into some serious trouble. So I let the scouts do a lot of the forward approach here. Like, I let the scouts do a lot of the spotting, as they should. Now, it's important to pay attention to that Jagdpanther too, where he is, because he's not the only tank destroyer on that hill. In fact, in his general area, there's an ISU-152 and his platoon mate and the other Jagdpanther on this hill alone. 3 of their Tier 8 tank destroyers are in one place, and they all are packing Tier 10 guns, which can rip me apart. So they're going to cause a little bit of trouble here on this flank. So I'm going to try and get some cheeky shots into these guys. I get one good hit into that Jagdpanther too, but that WZ-11114 is the more potent threat at the moment, because he's going to come down into this town. Now, I've been spotted, my sixth sense goes off. I'm getting into a position where I can quickly get into the cover of that house if I start taking fire from that hill. So I bounce, take a bounce, I get penetrated in my side, so I need to move into the cover of the building. Now, I am still taking bounces, so I want to move to this side of the building where I can be completely covered. Now, that WZ is coming around, but my VK-4502A is also going to engage that WZ. But I want to help my teammate, so I do put myself in a little bit of a bad position here. And I do take some unnecessary damage, but I go around the building, get a shot into the back, but I get shot in my ass by one of the tank destroyers on the hill. So I back off. You could see me, you notice I'm backing up relative to that cliff so that I'm obstructed by the tank destroyers. Now I take a quick snapshot on this T-29. I don't really expect it to go anywhere because, well, I'm not aimed in, it's a Soviet gun. The AMX-1390, by the way, played on my team here. He plays a great game. He was a big help to me this game. Checking over here to make sure there's no enemies, if I can't get some cheeky shots onto heavies or whoever went to the beach. But nobody really went beach. A lot of their tanks are TDs, so they're really not being too aggressive. Now, those 3 TDs on the hill are causing some problems. So I can't move up yet. I do try and get a cheeky shot on the side of this Jagdpanther too, but I don't want to press my luck because I have now spotted. They know where I am, so I want to keep this building in between me and their position, because that is a very, very strong position that they have, and it does have some good covering options where they can get multiple angles on us. So I take a cheeky shot at that Tiger, who backs off. But I really need to know what's coming now. The AMX 1390 provides exactly what I need here. He really plays this very well. You can see the two TDs over there. You can see him looking to turn at him, and now all of our guys can have cheeky shots on him. I missed that. I throw that shot. Our T-95 takes him out instead. Now that's a tough shot to make. I only had a little fraction of his hull exposed, so I wasn't expecting to make that shot. But I move up. I take a quick running snapshot on the Tiger. Hit him for 333 damage, but he is not my goal. I want to take out those tank destroyers first. The Tiger is stock. He's not much of a threat to me. So I want to get rid of these guys who are. So Jagdpanther 2, we want to get his gun out of there, finish him off. Now the AMX 1390, we want to keep him in the fight, and so we want to get that ISU 152 off of his back. ISU 152 is taking a aggressive approach to him, but he's now completely helpless, having enemies on both sides. If he turns to me, then the 1390 will have shots on him. So I take him out. Tiger comes around, but he bounces with his stock gun. I jink left, get around him, and shoot him in the side, take him out. Now you can see, if you look at the map, our eastern flank is not doing too hot over here, so I'm going to have to go relieve them, or at least protect the cap. Tiger 88, I track him, get alongside him. He misses his shot, and I put one into his side and finish him off. We're up to 4 kills with 3,700 damage about. I'm going to leave the Geschützwagen Panther to the AMX 1390. I'm going to take out that T-29 who is providing covering fire from the hill. Because when I go up, because I'm going to have to go up this path to engage the Tiger 2 and the Jagd Tiger, I'm going to have to, I don't want this T-29 taking cheap shots at me. So I track him. He only has a shot on my turret, and he does no damage. Shoot one, and he's down. Put one into his rear armor. So I go out here. I want to see if I can't get any spots on these guys before I go in there, because I really don't want to run in there and have a Tiger 2 and a Jagd Tiger breathing down my neck. So I wait for the AMX 1390 to go in there to light him. And they're definitely heading to our cap, because there really isn't anything left for them at this point. Our ISU just got on cap, so he's now pressuring them. So now you'll see it. Their cap counter will appear very shortly. There it is. So they're on base. So the AMX 1390 and I gotta go. Now one thing you want to notice is I always keep a stock of high explosive in my ammo. With certain vehicles, I don't usually like to sling gold in pub games, in pub matches. So instead, I always keep a stock of high explosive on most of my tanks when I'm not doing clan wars. So high explosive is just there mostly for when I need to reset caps. But you'll see I don't need it here. High explosive obviously does damage, usually does damage regardless of if you actually, if you actually penetrate them. So that's why it's good on cap, because if you don't have any good shots, you can try and splash them and still reset the cap. But you'll see, based on how they are here, I don't need it. So I switch back to regular rounds after I shoot that off at the Jagd Tiger. Because I want to bail my 1390 out, because he's in a little bit of trouble. I track the Jagd Tiger, get behind him, let the AMX 1390 use me as cover. Now you can see I quickly got in there, because I want him to stay alive, but the Tiger 2 does take him out, unfortunately. 1390 got a little bit too brave, should have stayed behind me, but oh well. Can't really do much about that. I did step in to save him, though. Tiger 2 penetrated me, but the T-54 is a great knife fighter, so at this range, the Tiger 2 can really only hit my turret if I'm this close. So the T-54 and T-62A really are good up close, right in the enemy's face, like most Soviet vehicles. But there we go. We ended the battle with 5,700 damage, almost 5,800, and 7 kills. We reset the cap, and we're able to win a pretty solid victory. Alright, so here is the after action report. And you can see, thanks to some nice events, we got 92,781 credits. We got, on a double, 2,284 experience. Very nice. And you can see we pretty much damaged a good portion of the enemy team. We got ourselves 6 kills for a top gun. Actually, no, my bad. Make that 7 kills. So we ended up that match getting our Mastery Badge Ace Tanker, Top Gun, and Sniper with a 93% hit ratio, 27 hits out of 29 shots fired, with 1,601 damage upon spot, and 5,700 of our own damage. So, very good game. Again, T-54 is a great tank, so I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.